first chapter a little analytically. So let's understand the 5 reasons why Arjuna doesn't want to fight. First, what he was saying, take my chariot in front of those enemies who desire to fight. And then immediately, as per Arjuna's desire, what did Krishna do? Aap jo bolo sahi. No arguments, no statements. He just took the Ratha and made it stand in front of the 2 armies. But there he specifically made him stand in front of Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya. And already Duryodhan was fuming over there. He was already saying, oh, see my army men, we are also not strong. ठीक है, उनके पास ताकत है तो क्या हुआ? मेरे पास भी आदमी कम नहीं है. So it was like comparative material way of looking at life. So these are the verses which we have to understand. From verse number 27 to 46, the entire 5 reasons. You can write the 5 reasons given by Arjuna for not fighting the war. I think someone will have to sit because writing. Get a better one, na? Hamsa, go and see. We want a better marker. So, this comes in verse number 27 to 46 in the first chapter. So, this technical analysis we have to understand why and how and what are the various reasons given. The 5 reasons given are compassion. You can write down. Reason 1 is compassion. 2 is enjoyment. 3 is fear of sinful reactions. Destruction of family traditions. And last, 5th is indecisiveness. These are the 5 reasons for which Arjuna says, I do not want to fight. 4th one, destruction of family traditions. It's one of the most important reasons which we have to discuss at large. This topic which is applicable to today's lifestyle, today's modern days. 5th one is indecisiveness. Yeah. So we can again write 5 reasons. Okay. Very nice. Given by Arjuna for not fighting. Okay, there is verse number 27 to 46 and one verse from 2nd chapter, that is 2.6 and 2.7. Yeah, we will write the 5 reasons. So put within here, put within bracket verses number. There is verses. Let's just put verse 27 to 46, and then one stroke within bracket again. Don't close the bracket. Then chapter 2, 6 and 7. Chapter 2, 6 and 7 verse. Yeah. 7. Perfect. Very nice. Nice. We got a nice person who can write every time nicely on the blackboard. Nowadays you have to say whiteboard, not blackboard. Okay. First reason is compassion. See, unless and until we don't discuss it in a technical manner, if I go on reading the verses, you will feel, wow, haan, barabar hai, is compassion, main kaise apne guru ko maru. This all comes. We had read this section, but most of you all must have forgotten or rather could not correlate with it. That's the reason. Verse number for compassion, give verse number 27 to verse number 30. I think we did up to, last time 30th verse was Discussed. 31st was discussed. Okay. So one verse plus or minus doesn't make any difference. Okay. Second reason is enjoyment. Verse number 31 to 35. Third is fear from sinful reactions. Am I covering the screen? Yeah. Verse number will be 36 to 38. Fourth will be verse number 39 to 43. And last will be indecisiveness. This comes in 2.6 and 2.7. 2.6 and 2.7. So this is the only thing which comes in the second chapter. The rest, all these reasons comes in the first chapter. So apparently if someone reads the Bhagavad Gita without any technical understanding, वो क्या व्यक्ति क्या सोचेगा, क्या है अर्जुन रो रहा है, हीरो पिक्चर का हीरो ही रो रहा है, इट्स नो फन. रादर द भगवद गीता लुक्स वेरी डल एंड बोरिंग. मगर अगर भगवद गीता को इस एंगल से आप पकड़ोगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा. So I want someone to read fast verses number 27 to 30 fast, so that we can correlate with the things what we have studied. English translation. Who can read? Yeah.
When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up.
Yes.
My whole body is trembling, my hair is standing on end, my bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning. I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune, O Krishna, killer of the Keshi demon."
Up to 30, yeah? Up to verse number 30. So here, two things are eminent from this. One is showing compassion. Who did he see? He saw Bhishma Pitama. And who is Bhishma Pitama? A person on whose lap Arjuna grew up. Bhishma Pitama was like, in fact, he used to call him Pita. But बोलते हैं मैं पिता का पिता हूँ भाई, मैं पिता नहीं हूँ तुम्हारा. Because for him, from the childhood, that was the only thing which he could connect with. उन्हीं को याद कर सकता था वो. तो उसकी वजह से वो वहाँ पे आता था वो. So he was like totally connected to Guru. Guru also, we all have discussed that story, how that crocodile and that imaginary crocodile was created, and then how Arjuna jumped to save and he proved that he is the most dearest student to his teacher. So taking into all these things into consideration, what do we understand? That he was compassionate. Now what is wrong? In today's date, people are also want to show somewhat compassion, rather unwanted compassion. So is there anything wrong? हमारे दो ज्ञानी एसएससी स्टूडेंट्स देंगे हमको ज्ञान राज, जवाब देंगे. बोलिए प्रभु. पहले आप करने की जरूरत नहीं है, दोनों बोल सकते हो साथ में. Is there anything wrong in showing compassion? आजकल तो वही दुनियादारी चलती है ना, अरे अंधों के लिए कुछ कर रहा हूं मैं, इसके लिए कुछ कर रहा हूं मैं, तो अनजान लोगों के लिए कंपैशन दिखा रहा है. ये तो पहचान के व्यक्ति के साथ, अनजान व्यक्ति के साथ कंपैशन दिखाते हैं. Yes, what do you feel?
Advertising that you have done something compassionate is wrong.
No, but here if you ask, see, these 5 reasons are valid, justified reasons in today's date, in today's context also. 2, you have to understand that there is a major difference between the knowledge and application. And last but not the least, we all are somewhere or the other in a state like Arjuna. We are all in a state like Arjuna. And what is Arjuna's state?
Compassion.
Compassion. Enjoyment. Who doesn't want to do enjoyment? And we fear also. इसके लिए जाते हैं ना, मंदिर क्यों जा रहे हैं? दारू पीते भी थोड़ा 2 बूंद नीचे क्यों डाल रहे हैं? हाँ, नॉनवेज खाने के पहले नहीं, मैं मंगलवार को नहीं खाता हूँ, मैं गुरुवार को नहीं खाता हूँ. Why do that? Because we fear and family destruction. वो तो आज हो ही रहा है. And last but not the least, we all are indecisive. कोई decision ले नहीं पा रहे हम लोग with respect to material life and spiritual life. So this is that is why Bhagavad Gita is applicable to each and every individual. हर एक व्यक्ति के लिए ये applicable है. So now you have to understand compassion का कोई और कोई reason प्रभु? Aspiring CA बोलिए. Too much attachment. Okay. Okay. Something. हाँ. तो व्हाट इज रॉन्ग? ये कंपैशन होना गलत है क्या? टू मच अटैचमेंट है, अच्छी बात है ना. मेरा धंधा, मेरा घर, मेरा जमीन, मेरा जायदाद, मेरा पैसा, मेरा 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 तो कर ही रहे हैं ना हम लोग. सो व्हाट इज अ कंपैशन हियर? एक्चुअली यू वुड नॉट पुट इट एट अटैचमेंट. कंपैशन इज, टुडे पीपल आर शोइंग कंपैशन टू अननोन पीपल ऑल्सो. So much of compassion that the entire 2 years we were busy fighting for mankind to save against corona, to have a war in Ukraine and kill millions of people. 2 years we showed compassion, put mask, do hand sanitize, wash yourself, wash the vegetables, everything, do everything. What all we didn't do in these 2 years? Like fools we did so many things. And then in the end we tried to save lives. And उसके बाद क्या? युद्ध में मारने के लिए हाईटेक बॉम्ब से मरेंगे. कोरोना से क्या मरेंगे? मरेगा तो बड़े बॉम्ब से मरेंगे, है ना? Is this compassion, right? So what do you understand from this? Yes, Janvi, you are not spoken also. The voice did not reach your voice box also. Let it come out.
To feel we are doing something good, to show others we are doing something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
To feel yourself satisfied.
Self-satisfaction. Very nice point. Yes. Second. Here, see, you have to understand compassion means trying to show some daya bhav, mercy. Like today, people are there on animal rights. You hit a dog, you will be behind bars. But you eat a fish, you eat a sheep, you eat a goat, you eat a chicken, you eat the egg of a chicken, you don't go behind bars. So what type of compassion is it? So this is a wrong application of the word compassion. Something still more higher.
When we show compassion, जो मतलब social service करते हैं, they are मतलब वो एक temporary patch के जैसा है, because tomorrow फिर से उसको भूख.
हाँ तो बिल्कुल ना माता जी, ये जो मैं अभी वही तो पॉइंट बता रहा हूँ कि जो सोशल सर्विस के नाम पे हम गाय की हत्या चलेगी मगर कुत्ते की हत्या नहीं चलेगी. So here, what type of compassion? It is halfway compassion, right? It's not complete compassion. It's foolishness. And what Arjuna is doing? He is also doing something foolish. He is a warrior. Just imagine the soldiers standing in the border of China and Pakistan. And suddenly they realize, अरे इसको मारूंगा, इसकी बीवी विधवा हो जाएगी, इसके बच्चे यतीम हो जाएंगे. Does it make sense? Compassion at the wrong time and the wrong place. Suppose tomorrow a lion comes to eat you. Now you are showing compassion. No, no. If I kill the lioness, what will she do? What will the cubs do? What will happen? The tiger will say, Mahaprasade Govinde and eat you. Right? So, this is the first mistake what Arjuna was doing. It is compassion at the wrong time, the wrong place, and with bodily concept of life. This is bodily concept. We are all saying, no, my father, my grandfather, my mother, all this is very, very subjective. This birth, you have got a set of parents, a set of brothers and sisters, not a set of wives, and a set of children, and a number of relatives. All this is for what? Because you have got one birth. Don't worry, this is not an eternal relationship. After a few years, one day when you will be hanging on the wall as a photo, and none of your relatives are going to be much concerned about you, and the story doesn't end. You as a soul are going to take birth. Okay. Again you will get a new set of. That's why in the second chapter it says there was no time when they were not there, and there is no time you also existed. Not there was any time when they existed. We all existed eternally. Only thing is now we have come together to know each other. Again when we die, we will part off. We will all go on a different journey altogether. Some may be born as a donkey, some may be born as a monkey, some may be born as a virus, some may be born as a human, some may be born as some birds or some species. There also you will get some nice mother, father, brother, sister, relatives, you will get. But this is all bodily concept of life. So this type of compassion is not expected from a person like Arjuna. Why? A person who is educated doesn't mean, I'm not talking of material education. One who is educated with respect to transcendental knowledge. For him, that mind should evolve into higher thinking. बॉडी ये सब क्योंकि शरीर, हाँ फियर तो है, बट ये जो हो रहा है क्योंकि उसका शारीरिक संबंध जोड़ रहा है वो. ऐसे देखने जाओ तो इफ यू गो इनटू हायर realm, you can see even the Chinese soldier is a soul. I am also a soul. See, when you see the world on a lower platform, there is differences. Whereas when you see, when it becomes to one big kutumba, like when it comes to Krishna consciousness, you will see a driver will also sit with me, a highly educated person will sit with me, a very poor man or less educated person sits with me. All comes to one level. We don't demarcate, no, you are educated, SSC pass, minimum SSC qualification, then only you can enter in, neither you can't enter. We don't make it. Anyone is allowed to come and become a level is different. Concept of life, and in this type of false compassion problem. So this is one thing which you have to understand. Okay, can you read number 31 to 35?
I do not see how any good can come from giving up my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. O Govinda, of what avail to us our kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-law, grandsons, brother-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the 3 worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Sin will overcome us if
नहीं 30
6.
35 छोड़ दिया तो मतलब चैप्टर खत्म कर देते.
Very interesting.
No, when you understand it with respect to these understandings, then it becomes interesting. Otherwise, it becomes quite boring. So, enjoyment. So, who doesn't want enjoyment? So, what is the fundamental structure for enjoyment? What is according to you? 1 minute. What is according to you is enjoyment?
Something that gives us happiness.
Huh?
Something that gives us happiness.
What is that happiness? What is that?
It can be materialistic things like going out with someone or having dinner at the restaurant. Or
You want to be happy. Why you want to go out with someone?
no, I want to dance on every person.
Okay, that's your understanding of enjoyment. And then what is the definition of enjoyment, Glory? Malumi. Yes, Mataji, what do you think? What's the thing of enjoyment, definition of enjoyment? Or rather, what is the understanding of enjoyment? How will you understand that you are enjoying?
When you're getting satisfied.
When you are getting satisfied. To understand this is a very old story which I always say, but I think it's appropriate, so I should repeat it over here. Just imagine. You have a boyfriend? Just imagine if your husband gave you a nice diamond necklace, Nolakahar, with nice set. All the other married men are all sunking in their hearts. I can understand that. So gives you a nice diamond necklace, and what would you do? First thing, what would you do?
Wear the necklace and be happy that I got it.
You'll see in a mirror,
Yeah.
and then you'll just remove it and keep it inside.
Yeah.
Acha?
I mean, I wear it when I want to go out or because
okay.
it's expensive.
Yeah, but would you not like to share it with your friends? No, but not give it. Share, photograph, selfie. I'm not asking you to give it. I'm asking you, would you not take a selfie of yourself? A selfie of the necklace, selfie of the necklace being worn in your neck, and then sing. So first thing you'll do that, right? I mean, be honest with it. And then when you want to go for a party or for a marriage or anything, so let's say that day evening itself you have to go for a marriage, and you'll wear that nice necklace, and you're flaunting your necklace neck, like going ahead because you want everyone to notice that new necklace of yours. And at that time your friend comes, your very close friend comes, says, क्या डिजाइन खरीदा है तूने? So old. ये तो मेरी मासी ने 3 साल पहले खरीदा था. How would you feel now?
Very bad.
Diamond is the same. 1 rupee also the cost is not reduced. Then why you will feel unhappy?
Because she just compared my necklace to hers.
And she said it's bad. And suppose another friend of yours comes and she says, wow, what a necklace. And she calls her husband and she tells, see, her husband has bought a nice necklace for her. And look at me, you never bought this type of necklace for me. Then money man kaisa lagega? Yes, paisa vasool. You will have that paisa vasool attitude, right? So, was happiness in the necklace? Was the happiness in the reaction of the people whom you are showing off that necklace?
Reaction.
The same is the problem. Enjoyment is totally dependent on. You buy a branded car, you buy a branded dress or any damn thing on this world, but you want to show it to others because you want a certificate from others that it is nice. Unless and until you don't get a certificate from others, you are not happy. And the old proverb stands for very strongly. Neighbors envy, owners pride. जब दूसरे को जलन होता है तो अपने को ज्यादा खुशी हो रही है. हाँ, हो या नेकलेस हो या कुछ भी हो. What does this mean? Same thing is what is highlighted over here by Arjuna. अगर मैं जीत जाऊंगा किसको दिखाऊंगा? The same necklace story applies over to this concept person also. अगर मैं जीत भी गया, चलो मैंने सबको हरा दिया, सब मर गए, फिर मैं जीत दिखाऊं किसको? Whenever you are in a somewhat successful, or you won something or earned something, the first thing you want to show it is to your enemies. Let's be very fact, the core fact. We want to show it to those people who are unfriendly with you. And money man, देख जला ना, I have the feeling हम जला दिया देखो उसको. So the same thing applies here. In their absence, what is the use? I will not be able to enjoy it. So enjoyment is, and the best part is, if suppose you want to show yourself to be rich, what is the first thing you have to do? Yes, Mataji, what do you have to do if you want to show yourself rich? Proof. Very good. Costly things.
And show it off.
Matlab, you have to convince others that you are rich. You don't have to convince yourself you are rich. Let's make this point very clear. We generally, what is the thing? अरे यार गरीब हूँ यार, पैसा नहीं है, ठीक. और पैसा आने के बाद, नहीं यार अभी तक दिखाया नहीं ना अपना पैसा. I have to show my money to prove my happiness. I have to have a flashy lifestyle. I should dine in a very costly restaurant or a costly hotel, or I should go to a resort. I mean, I have to have a lifestyle cut above the others. Then I'm acknowledged as a rich man. Then I'm acknowledged as a rich man. And then when I'm acknowledged, then I'm happy. Till then you are not happy, mind you. The minute you are acknowledged by others that yes, wow, badhiya hai, now you are happy. So you have to understand that this is what Arjuna was also trying to say. कि what will I enjoy? ये लोगों को मारने के, मेरे दादाजी को मार दिया, मेरे uncles को मार दिया. What are the, lead that line again once again?
Teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers,
See, teachers, fathers, grandfathers, son, father-in-law,
brother-in-law, and other relatives.
all he is mentioning all these relatives. ये लोग ही नहीं रहेंगे तो मैं दिखाऊं किसको? बराबर ना? And what he is saying is true to us also in this material world. We are also doing the same thing. Let's be very honest. कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग भी इस रेस में ही हैं. We want to prove. नई गाड़ी आई, आप बाद में बैठोगे, पहले आप उसका फोटो निकाल के 10 जन को भेजोगे. And the best part is, I told you earlier also, one of our relatives there, whatever food is given to her by her mother, she get married. Should keep that, take a photo of it, put it on the Facebook, until she doesn't get 100 likes, she doesn't eat. भले वो ठंडा हो जाए, चलेगा. भले वो खाना ठंडा हो जाए, वेट करेगा वो 50 likes, 60 likes, 70 likes. नहीं, 100 likes आने तक वेट करेगा वो. That means even the food to eat, yes, sit. अपना है, हाँ, मालूम है कैसा बढ़ेगा. क्या डाउनलोड हुआ कहाँ से, क्या मालूम कैसा बढ़ेगा. At least show that. At least show yourself and then put it. How you can get it? Only looking at eyes I have to find out. I still remember, looking at this situation. when I was kid, when I was going to my first day of my school, and it was raining cats and dogs, and I was in St. Xavier's school only. And the thing was, they took all the children from one gate and they left us from the other gate. So here I was an utter small kid, and all children are wearing the same color raincoat, everything same. Like in those days, I'm talking of 30 years, 35 years, might be 40 years. Money, I must be 7-8-year-old boy. So just imagine. तो उस जमाने पे ऐसा था. तो like the parents used to stand. The children used to come and identify their parents. The parents could never identify the children. All are looking same with the raincoat and cap. So all the parents are standing. हाँ मेरा बच्चा दिन को ऊपर. Sorry, Prabhuji, but thanks for enlightening us with this knowledge. So let's come back to our track, what we were discussing. डेढ़ बजे हाँ ठीक है तो 12:45 we close here. So name, fame, recognition, money, all this can be enjoyed only relatively. It's like if you are hungry and suppose is your stomach going to be full? No. But enjoyment with respect to external bodily things, which is not inside but outside, external things, which is always relative. If they approve, you like this dress. If they disapprove, you hate this dress. So everything is relative. Yes. Fear of sinful reactions. Please read from 36 to 38.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen?
1 minute. The first verse, earlier verse you read? 36. Read the verse number 36.
That was 36.
That is 36. Read the purport of 36. Very important purport. Prabhupada mentions the types of aggressors. Here, Arjuna is mentioning a very important point. Give me one Bhagavad Gita, English. Because you are reading it. Just check it out. The very important word you have to understand here in this verse is Atatainam. What is the meaning of Atatainam? Aggressor. Now, what is the meaning of aggressor? What is the understanding of aggressor? Yes, one who wants to fight with you, one who wants to trouble you. And then Prabhupada writes, there are various kinds of aggressors. There are basically 6 kinds of aggressors. Very important, please try to understand these. And these 6 type of aggressors, as per Shastra, as per Vedas, should not be forgiven or pardoned. ये 6 तरह के लोग हैं, इनको कभी दया दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं, ये शास्त्र कहता है. And what are the 6 kind of aggressors? 1 who gives poison. 2, one who sets fire to one's house. Third one is one who attacks with deadly weapon. 4th, one who plunders riches. 5, one who occupies others' land. And last but not the least, one who kidnaps a wife. Someone's wife is kidnapped. Why does Vyasdev use this word atatayinaha? Hatvanta atatayinaha. Why does he use this word? Let us use our intelligence a little. Very important verse, very important understanding one should have. आपका 2-3 बार हो चुका है. कुछ नए हैं, कुछ डायनामिक लोग हैं, जैसे श्वेता है, अभी बताएगी. शी विल एजुकेट मी. हाँ बोलिए माता जी.
Arjuna was telling about everyone with a bodily concept, like अगर मैं जीत भी गया तो मेरे को दिखाने के लिए कोई नहीं रहेगा. So maybe that's an equivalence of.
No, here it is said, sin will overcome us. What is he saying? Sin. Yeah, paap lagega. Yeah, we are talking to about the third point. Fear of sinful reactions. And what is it? Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. He is contradicting the Shastra. शास्त्र कहता है इनमें से कोई भी एक तरह का व्यक्ति जो है, इनफैक्ट हियर वन हु सेट्स फायर टू हाउस, इट इज साथ में इवन इट इज एडेड इज फील्ड. एक्चुअली इट इज सेड, शास्त्र का प्रमाण है कि अगर किसी का खेत को भी आग लगा दिया किसी ने, तो भी उस व्यक्ति को छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. धान है ना, खाने का चीज है, उसको आग नहीं लगाना चाहिए. सो these 6 kind of aggressors, let us take one by one and let us apply it. Understand aggressor. Was the Pandavas given poison? Bhima was given poison, but what happened? The ball turned ulta. The whole thing turned ulta. What happened? हाँ, 10,000 हाथियों का बल मिला. So he was given poison, the poison cake was given, and then he was thrown because they knew that they cannot kill Bhima. Second, one who sets fire to a house. शास्त्र क्या कहता है? इनमें से एक भी पाप कोई करता है तो उसको दंड मिलना चाहिए. और यहां पे तो अभी तक 2 पाप हो चुके. There is the meaning of atatai. Atatai का मतलब ये है. These are the who is called an atatai? These 5 people are called as 6 people are called as atatai. Third, one who attacks with deadly weapon.
Dronacharya was about to use the deadly weapons in the war.
That is, we are talking of before the war, no? अभी तो युद्ध कहाँ शुरू हुआ? अभी तो अर्जुन रो रहा है. अभी तो अर्जुन रो रहा है. पूरा भगवद गीता बाकी है. Virat Parva, when they were attacked with deadly weapon. And he's specifically telling Arjuna, because Arjuna was on there in the Virat war. And the form of Branala. So he was targeted. Next, one who plunders riches. क्या किया वो लोगों ने? चीटिंग करके उनका पूरा धन और उनका राज्य पाठ छीन लिया. Then next, what is? How can we understand this? इंद्रप्रस्थ क्या हुआ? हाँ, उनका राज्य ले लिया. तो नो, you are not understanding. When the Vanvas was over,
He didn't give back.
he didn't give back. That is why he was occupying others' land. ठीक है, they accepted. चलो, you cheated us in the Dvit Krida, you fooled us and you made a fool of us, and we had to go for Vanvas. Fine, but Vanvas होने के बाद, when we finished our conditions, you should have given back their land. He didn't give back their land. So what does this mean? He had हड़प, उनका जगह हड़प लिया था. And last but not the least, kidnapping someone's wife. क्या ये भी हुआ था पांडवों के साथ? Draupadi was Dushasan. 2 times this happened. Once by Draupadi, one by हाँ कीचक. And और एक बार भी उसको Jayadratha kidnapped her when he was in the jungle, when she was in the jungle. One was. And what did she do? What did Bhiba and Arjuna, when they caught her, they were about to kill her. Then that time Draupadi, what did she say? जाने दो, हमारे घर के दामाद जी हैं. हमारे घर के दामाद जी हैं, उनको इसके लिए उसको मारना नहीं चाहिए अपने. So she was also showing compassion. So these are the 6 reasons why Arjuna is saying, नहीं आतताई को मारेंगे तो पाप लगेगा. ऐसे पापियों को मारना पाप नहीं लगेगा. शास्त्र कहता है ये 6 तरह के पापियों को आंख बंद करके मारो. आप लोग यार कल से ढूंढना चालू करोगे. No, sorry to say, in Kali Yuga, Asura is there inside each and every person. ये द्वापर युग की कहानी बोल रहा हूँ. हम तो कब कलयुग में? कलयुग में good and bad person resides in the same person, and he is busy fighting with himself. That's why he doesn't have time. So busy fighting with him. क्या खाऊं? Go to the hotel. मेन्यू कार्ड दिखा दिया तो परेशान. अरे भूख लगा है, पेट भरना है. नहीं, अच्छा आइटम मंगाना, ये मंगाया लास्ट टाइम, वो अच्छा था. ब्रेन में देयर इज अ टोटल एनालिसिस. व्हेन समवन गोज टू द रेस्टोरेंट, एट लीस्ट द यूथ, एंड दे गो, है ना, होता है कि नहीं? मेन्यू कार्ड आया तो हाँ, क्या छोड़ू, क्या खाऊं? पेट में इतना ही जगह है, फिर भी खाने के लिए मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस. एंड ये फिर टेस्ट ऑफ एक्सक्लूजन्स, ये वो करके फाइनली यू जीरो डाउन ऑन वन. फिर वो भी छोड़ भाई, आपके होटल में अच्छा क्या मिलता है? अरे इतना देर फिर मेन्यू कार्ड पड़ा क्यों? अगर वही मंगाना है तो वो मेन्यू कार्ड पड़ा क्यों? सो this is very important, that in Kali Yuga, that is why certain things which cannot be applied in Kali Yuga, which can be applied only in the earlier Yugas. So here the Vedas clearly state that a person who has committed these type of 6 bad acts or wrong acts have to be immediately killed. And you know, the best part is, human beings have got a very smart and tactful nature, how to evade the law. But is it right? If it is wrong, why? And if it is right, how? Yes, Pradeep. If you suppose you commit a big crime and you evade the law, you are smart or not smart? निकल गया ना, नेता भी बन गया, फिर ऐसे ऐसे करके नेता भी बन गया. हाँ?
But internally I know I have committed a crime.
Internally you know, no? Outsiders don't know, no?
Then there will be a sinful reaction. For example, you break a signal, right? RTO officer caught you, and to avoid fine, you give some bribe. So what that person will, RTO officer, whatever the money he get it, he will do for something you have like.
No, that is okay. Law of karma, application of law of karma. I am telling you, suppose he uses his thing very nicely and somehow evades the law. Is it right? Is there any lawyer over here? हाँ, गलती से by default. हाँ, क्या? What was that movie? गलती से प्राइम मिनिस्टर क्या है? Accidental प्राइम मिनिस्टर. अरे ऐसा accidental lawyer है ये. Accidental lawyer. हाँ बोलो. Thanks to COVID. Crime अगर मैं निकल गया, I mean that's what a lawyer would do, right? You take money to take him out of the crime. So is it right or wrong?
प्रभु जी वो लॉ से तो बच जाएंगे, बट बाद में पनिशमेंट मिलेगा.
बाद में पनिशमेंट मिलेगा.
एज पर द कर्मा.
बोलो, कुछ एडवाइस दे रहे थे अभी, बोलो. नहीं, बाद में, पहले आंसर पहले सुन. हाँ बोलो. हाँ बोलो, प्रवचन दो प्रभु. हाँ दो ना, अब कुछ बोलो तो सही. Have you read the 10 offenses of the holy name? Have you read the 10 offenses of the holy name? What is that? What is उसमें क्या offense में क्या आता है? Committing sinful actions on the power of the holy name is a big offense. मतलब you'll sit in the hotel, ना मुर्गी काट, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण. Huh? That's what you are planning. हाँ. Who wanted the question again? पूरा रामायण होने के बाद पूछ रहे हो यार क्वेश्चन. प्रिसाइज नहीं, मतलब एक ही क्वेश्चन है. There is no precise question. Suppose I manage to evade the law and I am without any problem I am getting out. Will it be? Am I a smart person or not? Not smart. Why am I not? As per the world, that's what lawyers charge you for, a bomb for that. Right ना प्रभु जी? Lawyers charge you a bomb for that ना. कितना भी बड़ा crime किया, निकाल दूंगा तुमको बाहर. So you go to Babas also, तावीज लगा के. वहाँ पे क्या बचा तो क्या फायदा, वहाँ का वहाँ देख लेंगे.
That's a very shrinking thinking.
No, it's not a shrinking thinking. One has to understand you are never punished twice for a crime. First and foremost, you are never punished twice for a crime. If the king or the authority, the civic authority, punishes you for a crime, it is cheaper than suffering and rotting in hell. Because the punishment over there is multiple times more. Multiple times more. That is why, the law of karma is so intricate. It can multiply it n number of times. So this is the old technical fact of the Vedas. A person can never be punished twice. Only once you can be punished. There are कुछ ज्ञानी लोग हैं ऐसा, 10 मर्डर करूं तो भी एक ही बार फांसी में लटकाओगे ना. Then that law works. यहाँ पे तो एक ही बार फांसी में लटकेगा, मगर वहां पे 100 बार लटकेगा नरक में. One can never escape the law of karma. The law of karma is so strong, so strong. And you said, by chanting I will mitigate it. It can be done, provided you have fully surrendered. You have repentance for your past life. See, Prabhupada, when he went over to US, what happened? Who are there people? Who are the people sitting over there? The real hippies. For them, breaking 4 regulative principles was daily. Meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex and gambling. These 4 things was daily. रोज का काम था. Drugs लेना, इधर उधर पड़े रहना. Illicit sex was, so many people were there, they were having children moving around and they were not married also. Drinking, although Western culture में part and parcel है, meat eating is a part of Western culture. They also could become sannyasis. When they take the shelter of a spiritual master. When they take up the process of Krishna consciousness. And last but not the least, they make sure they do not go back to that world again. It's like a person who leaves Krishna, leaves the material world, comes to Krishna consciousness, but after a few years wants to do the same monkey business again. For him, the law of karma is more stringent after death. Yes.
Like if someone follows the
Regulative principles.
But still is not in Krishna consciousness,
Then he's a human being, not an animal. That's all.
so
He's not a devotee.
So will he go to hell?
Huh?
So will he go to hell?
then the law of karma will work, no? Unless until one doesn't surrender, doesn't follow the Krishna conscious process of doing akarma, he will be doing karma, either good or bad. He may go to heaven also. Why he will go to hell? He may go to heaven also, but then he has to suffer over that. And again, he is not getting out of the cycle of birth and death. Krishna consciousness gives you the process of getting out of the cycle of birth and death. So, yeah. Please read the purport again, Head Mataji. Prabhupada gives a very vivid understanding in this purport. Very important. Please read.
According to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. Poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plumbers riches, one who occupies another's land, and one who kidnaps wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man, but Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. The kind of saintliness, however, is not for Kshatriya. Although a responsible man is in the administration of a state required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama, Ramarajya. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama. Ravana kidnapped Rama's wife Sita, but Lord Rama gave him sufficient blessings, unparalleled in the history of world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe steps necessary against ordinary aggressors.
Yes, what does this mean? This is very important. Very important point and giving us important knowledge. Here is saying clearly, what he was seeing was only Bhishma Pitama, Drona, his other innocent people. But how about those who are the real aggressors? See, Veda says one crime of the 6 crimes, one who commits, he should be killed. Here, all the 6 crimes were done against them. And he is telling, if I kill this aggressor, I will incur sinful reactions. It's okay. I will incur sinful reactions. So what does this mean? He is in the wrong place. That is why each and every point of his will be refuted later in the 2nd chapter. Krishna will refute each and every point, what he is saying for enjoyment, what he is saying for compassion, what he is saying for sinful reactions. He will refute each and every point systematically. Okay, read it, Mataji, sorry.
Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not. Therefore, consider such killings profitable simply for the matter of temporarily bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and the pleasures derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjuna, addressing of Krishna as Madhava or the husband of goddess of fortune, is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as the husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees.
Today, many people are making statements, Russia should stop, Ukraine should stop. I mean, I'm not going to the depth of it or not giving a chronological analysis of it. But many people have approached or rather discussed with me a number of times, saying that when Arjuna was not wanting to fight the war, why did Krishna induce him to fight the war? So to get these understandings clear, 1st chapter is very important. Apparently, if you see, we are not getting any direct learning from the 1st chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But when you go into the complete understanding of, in today's context also, was Arjuna, when he was not ready to fight, why did Krishna induce him to fight? Was he having his own personal motive behind it? No. He was not having his same personal motive behind it. He was very clear that this war has to be fought for only establishing dharma. And this was an adharma. So, a war between any two personalities, as long as it is a dharma war, no problem. Otherwise, it is going to lead for karma reactions. Please read the next one, Mataji.
O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying family, engage in these acts of sin?
If any materialistic person comes and listens to this first chapter, explanations by Arjuna, he will say what Arjuna is saying is perfectly correct. पाप क्यों लेना है और अपने घर वालों को मारना है? एंड सेकेंड इज मजा क्या करेगा? अपने घर वाले मर गए, हाँ क्या करूँगा? हाउ विल आई एंजॉय? I'm cut shorting this. Other 2 points we'll take next time because it will become a problem. So we have to understand that these points apparently seems befittingly correct. Even these 2 points which we will be discussing, distribution of destruction of family traditions and indecisiveness, this also we will discuss at large in the next session. And I want to finish off this, actually I wanted to finish off but family destruction of family thing is an important topic which I want to discuss at large. I don't want to hush it up with it because we got a class, another class over here at 1:30. So before that, we have to wind up everything over here. So fine. So anybody has got any doubts and questions till now, please ask.
You say that when a God is helping somebody to get out of a crime, is God also committing a crime?
He is